Hello everyone, I am Mo Mandyan and this is my first interview for my summer project. Today I have with me Mr. Avral Sen Saxena, who is a freelance documentary and a street photographer based in India. So sir, please could you tell something more about yourself to our viewers?
Okay. Thank you so much, Mo, for having me, for inviting me for this interview. It feels good to be a part of your summer project. And I am Viral Singh Saxena. I'm based in India and I've been practicing photography since 7 years. I am basically working on the documentary approach of photography and to documenting subjects of Indian culture and many more aspects of Indian society. And also, I'm working on largely working across India on some projects based in Thailand and other countries where I talk about the theaters and literature and how literature can affect photography and how photography can influence literature. So these are the few things which I'm practicing, and yeah.
That's really wonderful, sir. So I would like to tell my viewers that I've been working on a project which is street photography in COVID era, and I have few questions which I have to ask you. So I would go with my first question here. So, given the COVID situation, what should be the approach of a photographer in a public space towards their subject?
Yeah, so these are tough times, and the world is really suffering, and every country has a sad story behind COVID. So I really pray to God that the situation. Firstly, I would like to pray to God that the situation gets better and everybody is back to normal. And getting back to a question, there's something photography is more about expressions while working on a street or working on a situation in a remote area or anywhere, when you just point out the camera to the person, the first thing which you see is the composition and everything. But you need to get that expression in the frame on while on street. Like basically, if I talking about my personal experience, I try to capture the emotion in the picture. Like if I'm documenting the streets or I'm working on a street, I'm photographing people, the first expression which I get after pointing the camera, and it is the expression of the subject which makes the photograph. If you see the migrant, the photography by Dorothy Lance, which was taken during
Yeah,
the time of Great Depression. So if you talk about that photograph, it is the expression which makes the photograph uh, so unique. And the photographer was there capturing many frames and everything, and but she got the perfect emotion which became the cover of of a thing, And so in COVID times, everybody is wearing masks. So the
yeah,
point of getting expression, you can still make compositions. You can still while working on the street, when you go to a market or a place which is very crowded. So in case if it is crowded because there are social distancing and other norms also. So that is also the case. But if you talk about the COVID situation, coming back to the COVID situation, everybody is wearing masks. So the concept of expression is getting, you can still try to manage to get the expression through the eyes behind, while the person is wearing the mask. But the street aspect of expression, the core aspect of expression, which makes a photograph personally for me is which I felt that previous few months, it is lacking.
yeah.
It is not there.
That's good. So that would bring me to my next question. In situation of a lockdown, if the photographer cannot find people on streets to capture, then what are the other things they could look for in their surroundings?
I think photography is more personal. It is more conceptual and it is more theoretical for me. Basically, the practice comes, much later on for me. If I'm sitting in my home, I still subconsciously go to the streets and, take a pencil or a pen. I imagine a frame where there's a wall with a vibrant orange color, and I see a dog coming into the frame. I can imagine a person who is wearing contrast colors, and he comes and merges with the dog, and the process of photography starts from within. That goes into your mind even when you're not practicing in the field. There is so much to study, there's so much to research, there's so much to gain from other photographers by seeing their works and everything. While if a photographer is there in a lockdown situation, he can still create images in subconsciously,
Yeah.
with the philosophical aspect. I would like to, so it is basically romanticizing with your own concept, and with your camera, which is there inside your subconscious mind. So if the subconscious mind is active, you will still, imagine. You can imagine a ghat of a Banaras city where you see sadhus, having a bath, and or you see a dog coming into your frame, or any XYZ thing coming into frame. And when you go back to the place when you're physically there, that frame you will try to find. So it is more, that. So the homework which I am talking about, it is done very on a very earliest stage. Like I suppose I'm sitting at home, I cannot go out. It's very tough for me to sit back and hold my horses and not to go out with the camera and to go. It was tough. It was a mental breakdown also at times that I cannot go out on streets and capture things, but it was necessary for the survival of the society and for humanity. So when when I'm not shooting, I'm still making images in my mind,
Yeah.
my subconscious abilities. So I think, and then comes the conceptual photography. Also, you can create an in-house studio, you can create your in-house set, or you can make portraits of a family. You can still document your. I photographed my family when I was in lockdown. I was working on my mother, what she's doing, how my father is, playing. He's into music and all. He plays instruments. So I was documenting them. So still, I was photographing people. I was photographing my sister, my dog, and my people nearby people from my balcony, and so I was still photographing and doing the homework.
That's a wonderful answer. So that would bring me to my third question. What are the advantages that the street photographers have gained from the COVID situation? If the way of disadvantages have had the upper hand, then what is the reason for it?
Disadvantages come from, for me personally, come on a very later stage. When I'm photographing a situation, I see a frame on a street, and then I'm pointing my camera, waiting for the right moment, that decisive moment which the restaurant talks about. When I'm looking for that decisive moment, which comes on a, sometimes it takes time, and I'm not satisfied with the image, and so then comes the disadvantage on a very later stage. If I see a really nice frame, and I see a person who is working there for a while, and something which is not, I want something which is, I don't need that in the frame, and comes in. I've imagined the frame subconsciously. Yes, I need this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and something which I don't want. So then it is the disadvantage. So getting to the COVID situation, the disadvantage is that I don't need mask on people's face.
Mm.
So I don't want people wearing masks.
Yeah.
I know that is necessary for the protection, for the community survival and everything. But on a personal opinion, I miss expressions when if I'm shooting a portrait of a person, if I'm shooting on street photography, a person is, suppose in India we have a supermarket where people carry those heavy luggage and those baggages of on their head, and they move from one place to another. So while lifting something which is very heavy, they give different and very beautiful kind of expressions. So that is something, if I'm photographing and if a person is wearing a mask, so I only, from 100%, you only get the 30% expression of the eyes. So that rest 70% is disadvantage for me. If I see, yes, he is a very beautiful, and if I'm taking a portrait, so portraiture is basically a study of faces. So if I'm seeing a person who has a very good body language, and who has very positive body language, and I can get a really nice picture of that guy, but I cannot get a portrait of the face. I cannot study the face. I cannot, capture the gestures. So then I think that's the disadvantage which COVID has brought to us. And Uh, this disadvantage is basically coming to the second part of your question. The disadvantage is basically for the survival of everybody. So
Yeah,
masks are necessary. I'm not promoting that people should not wear masks just because photographers like us are not wanting people to
yeah.
wear masks for our personal, benefit and for our artistic satisfaction. But I think, yeah, that's the disadvantage. What I feel, and again, I would recommend that I pray to God that everything comes to normal and everybody is, healthy, sound, and we are back to normal life. Life was before 2020.
Oh, yes, even I wish the same. In fact, we all do. So that would bring me to my next question. Should street photographers carry a business card when they are shooting random people in public spaces? Since a lot of people feel hesitant when they are approached by a random stranger on streets with a camera.
Okay. So I never carry a business card. I personally, I today in my 7 years of career, I've been traveling across India. I've been photographing spaces and people majority because I am a documentary photographer. I need to go to talk to strangers. I'm doing multiple projects. Uh, you know, Going to remote areas, talking to strangers, convincing them to get a photograph. But what will a business card do in India, particularly talking about in India, or even in Thailand? When I was, I'm shooting a project, I'm doing a project in Thailand on their street theaters. I don't carry a business card. I think business card is something which, why would you, carry a business card and make the person conscious? If that is not something you are coming, you're not meeting the person for, for a business. You give me a picture, you see, there are two aspects of photography. One is making an image, one is taking an image. Documentary and street photography is more about taking an image rather than making an image. You can make images, no doubt. You can definitely make images. That's nothing wrong with it. In documentary, there are people who stage their photographs, which is absolutely right. They create the atmosphere, they create a set, they stage their photographs. But for me, when I'm shooting randomly on street, I cannot, I cannot ask the person to. I can give, business card is something which is there in your mind and how you are respecting the subject. If I'm approaching the subject, I'm not going to manipulate the subject. This should be done or this should not be done, or you can contact me. Definitely, I make prints, I make images, I distribute prints. I'm working on with a community. I definitely give them prints. I tell them that I will give them prints of a particular photograph. You know, but I don't think that photographers need a business card. I simply don't need, and I'm simply, I think that business card is something which is there for a formal environment. If you are giving them a business card and then asking them to please take this business card, I'm a photographer, and please pose for my picture. Then I think you will lose the spontaneous movement. You will
Hmm.
lose the decisive movement. You will lose the natural inborn instincts of a person, which can come out while the reactions of a person, which can come out when you are pointing the camera towards them. So I don't think that we should, a photographer should give them a business card. Definitely. If a person is asking, could you please give me a photograph, send me the photograph you have clicked. I would like to have it on in a frame. I would love to, get that picture for my own record. Then definitely you can exchange numbers. You can then definitely comes the part if you have a business card, you can call to promote your business. But I never do that. I can give my number like verbally. You can just text me. I can WhatsApp you. I can email you. You can leave your email with me. I will edit it and email you back the image. But approaching with a business card, ki take this business card and post for me. I don't think that's what street photography is about.
Yeah,
Need to
that's
be invisible, present in the moment.
yeah. Even that makes me reflect about, on the fact that because I was planning to get my visiting cards so that I could give to photographers, but that actually makes me reflect if I really need them now.
Your question is more about should street photographers carry a business card when they are shooting randomly people in public? So if you're meeting a photographer, then you can definitely leave a business card if you are going into an exhibition. Like if when I exhibit my work somewhere in my not in my hometown or in a new city in a gallery, people come and approach me that can I have your number, can I have your email. Then definitely comes the role of a business card because there I'm not on the street.
Yeah.
I'm there for kind of an interaction with the community, with the society. But one street, I don't think that I need a business card. I never distribute my business card to people whom I'm shooting. Yeah, if they ask for a number and I'm repeating it, if they ask for a number or my number for an email, could you please email this image to me? I really need this. Or if they say that I can, if you can print the picture and give it to me as a gift, definitely I would love to give them the image which I've taken. There I mention my name and a phone number. That is something different. But
Yeah.
I don't
That's true.
think that necessary a business card is necessary while shooting on a tree. See, it's more about how you are.
Hmm.
It's more about how human you are, how humble you are, how polite you are, how you can convince a person to get into your picture if he's acting rude. Like it happens with me also. If I'm shooting a stranger on the street, he says, "Why are you shooting?" Like if you go in countries like France and many other countries, if you're shooting a random shot of an image, so there needs to be a permission of every individual who's there in the street in the photograph. In countries like many countries, they have a rule, they have a law. Person can sue them if they are getting published on a magazine and they do not have the consent of the person. That's the privacy they have. They respect the role of the privacy. But in India, touchwood, there is no such rule, and you can shoot random strangers if they allow you to. But I've been shooting, and it's more about respecting the personal space of a subject as well.
Yeah.
Convincing them is respect them. So you will get the access. You don't need a. I don't think you need a business card. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that would bring me to my last question. In street photography, what is the most essential aspect that a photographer should include in their photos? Has COVID brought a change in the artistic approach and mindset of street photographers?
Okay, so the answer is quite hidden in the question which you have asked. So what is the essential aspect? See, photography is something which is more practical. Though there are many theoretical aspects, I have also studied photography for 2 years, definitely. Professionally, I've been practicing it for more than 7 years. I've also done a degree course in photography, studying the lighting techniques and everything of photography, But while on the street, you can definitely talk about aspects like compositions. You can definitely improve your framing, what you want to photograph in a particular frame in the street, what you want to include and what you don't want to include. Then comes the composition aspects, then comes the lighting, the foreplay of light and shadows, the framing, the sub-framing, the concept of foreground, midground, background. Then these are the things which are there are many more things which are there present, which are essential for a photograph to be great. But there is no certain definition or certain theory to it that you need to practice these things to make your photograph unique. It's just the aesthetic sense which needs to be present in your image while you are capturing it. It's just the aesthetic sense and aesthetic approach in the picture, which needs to be, when you show your image to a person, when you show your image to the people, there needs to be a appreciation kind of a thing or an artistic pleasure which your image should give. Those aspects, those are the things which when we talk about aspects and everything, are necessary for a picture to be great. That's what the aspect is. So for me, every image has a different aspect. Suppose if the frame is good, the composition is good, there might not be a good light and shadows, foreplay of light and shadows. There might not be a foreground, midground, background, but yet there are many other things. So particularly, there is no theory to it. See, this is art. This is a free flow of emotions. This is a free flow of mindset. You can explore the wide canvas of street, whether you want to include the cow in the frame or not, whether you want to exclude the person or whether you want to include the sky or not. So that's up to photographer. That's up to the artist what he's trying to create. Yet it has to be unique. It has to be good. You cannot capture random poor bad images, yet ask them that I personally like them. You don't need to. So that's not the theory to it. There needs to be a certain respect to the boundaries of photography, which we study, which we talk about. So that's what it is. Like if you see my work Stabilities, which I did in Hoskas, New Delhi, the series of portraiture,
Yeah.
I created an outdoor studio and I used up a scooter as a prop. There is a story to it, which is there on my website. So if you see the portraits there, I have randomly photographed strangers over there who are living in the community, yet they have a street associated to it. So I have consciously, cropped the hands of a boy who's sitting on a scooter. I've consciously cropped the leg of the scooters, the wheels of the scooters in different images. Every image has a different frame to it. So that is my conscious choice. That's what I'm making. But yet I am trying to, bring in the aspects of photography to make the pictures unique, light and shadow, the compositions, and everything, which gives the artistic, aesthetic approach to it. And the second part of the question, which you said that the COVID changed the artistic approach. So I don't think that any approach could be, anything can affect the situation. If you talk about war photographers who
Yeah.
are capturing war, so they cannot give you the excuse that there was a sudden gun sound, so I could not make the frame. If you talk about photographers who are working in agencies like Reuters or ABP or any agencies who are capturing was a photographer who's there deputed in a situation, war situation like Afghanistan or any other country. So he cannot give you the excuse that there was a gunfire or there was a bomb blast, which showed that my artistic approach was affected to by it. So that's not an excuse. And the same is with the COVID situation. I told you earlier also in the previous question that if I'm going on a street, the framing and everything, if I'm going to a particular area to photograph tomorrow I have to go to a particular area to do a certain assignment. So from a day before, I will start thinking key what I want to include in the frame, how I need a picture of a man who is, smoking a cigarette, and there comes a group of women who are wearing hijab and carrying. So I can create an illusion with the smoke and a group of female ladies. So
Hmm.
that is something which I'm doing the homework in my mind on a subconscious level. And then when I'm walking on a street, I will try to look for that situation. I will try to find that situation, find that man who is smoking, find that those ladies who are wearing a black hijab and walking on a street. So I think artistic approach cannot be changed. Yeah, the mask thing and expression thing is something different. But artistic approach is something which is more natural and which is, which is has to be there in your on a subconscious level to photograph. So I think that's it. I think I've answered your question, and
Oh,
that's the approach that's the mindset which you need to build. That nothing or not even a situation can. Uh, there's a Bombay-based photographer who photographed Ajmal Kasab when the
hmm.
26/11 attacks happened in India. He was there in Times of India. Okay. So he was the only one who photographed Ajmal Kasab with a rifle, and Ajmal Kasab is directly looking towards him. So if that situation could not, affect the artistic approach, so I think there is no excuse. And similarly with the war photographers, we talk about James Nathway or any other photographer, or if you talk about Joseph Kodelka, I think there are people who are photographing in tough situations. That's if I'm in a certain situation, I will try to make more unique images. If you see the work of James Nathway when the 20 when the 9/11 attacks happened and he was there and he photographed the Christ image and the church and everything. So he was making images. Or you talk about Bresson, he was there in every situation. He photographed so much. So that's it. That's the approach which you need to have. You need to be very honest towards your profession.
That's absolutely true. So, thank you, sir. That was a really creative, and those answers were pretty reflective, I must say. And yes, it was a wonderful interview, I hope, and that has surely, benefited me for my own personal knowledge. So, yes, I look forward to sending you this interview. So, would you like to say
Yeah,
something?
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. I wish all your colleagues also all the best who are there, new learners learning photography. Just shoot. Just I would like to add that for the people who are like you who have started photographing, at such an early age that you have all the time limit. Just keep on shooting. Just keep on making images. Shoot, shoot, shoot is the philosophy to learn photography.
Oh yes,
When you
I
will
totally.
shoot, you will just keep on shooting. Just take your camera, go out and shoot everything. Remember, everything under the sun has been shot, but still you can give it a different dimension, artistic approach, different approach to it, using your creative abilities. That's the philosophy. That's the concept. Just keep shooting. And wish you all the best. Thank you so much for having me.